You've got a big feeling and that's okay. And I think it's important to learn that resilience is made by seeing and hearing and valuing a child from the get-go, even when they're toddlers.
So do you think that the world that we are in is not geared towards allowing children, or even adults for that matter, express their feelings?
I think that we're getting better, James. The world is definitely getting better. People are looking for a different way to parent their children now than they used to. I think a lot of parents are going, the way that I was parented is not working. I've spent my adult life dealing with my childhood because I wasn't related to in a way that I needed. Now, that's not my mum and dad's fault. That's just that's the capabilities that they had. But I can make those changes for my own child. And I can say to him, you know, I'm finding today hard, or, I can express to him different ways for him to be able to relate to himself. So I think the world is definitely getting better, but I also feel that there's a long way to go. And it starts with us doing the work on ourselves and feeling and accepting and having more compassion for ourselves and not being so hard on ourselves and really loving every part of us. I think it starts with us first, and then that relates back to our children. So we really need to do the work too.
Right. So here's a here's a question that just galloped through my mind as I heard you say that.
Mm.
How can parents constructively manage those emotions? In other words, do you think that some children might take advantage of your allowing them to express their emotions and possibly become manipulative towards the parents?
Yeah, I mean,
How would a parent manage that?
this is a constant conversation that exists of they're just manipulating me or they're manipulating the situation. But James, how does this feel for you? Hey James, how are you feeling today?
I feel pretty good.
Okay, tell me about your day. How was your day?
I did as little as possible.
Was there anything today that you really liked and anything today that you didn't really like?
I always like being around my wife, Katie, and probably the only thing that I might not have liked was adulting and having to make some tough choices about things,
That's
housekeeping or budgeting or whatever, those sort of things.
the stuff that we don't like, completely relate and understand. That's really hard. Nobody
Yeah,
likes to do the tax and the
adulting
accounting and all
sucks.
of that stuff. Yeah, it's really challenging. It's really challenging. So anything else that you've found hard lately?
Becoming a senior citizen, facing the last chapter of my life.
Hmm. Which has been the best chapter in your life?
Do what now?
Hmm?
Do what?
Right now?
Today, is this the best chapter of my life?
Mm.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. There's parts of it that are really good. I like being retired now and I have more time on my hands to podcast and write and do photography and talk to wonderful people like you. So that's a blessing, you know. So yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, imagine that we had this conversation with our children and how soft it is, how welcoming it is, how that they see seen, heard, valued, understood, rather than yelling and screaming at them for different things. So, and I've still done it. Like that's in my past. Like there was a lot of yelling and screaming and things even when I first became a parent, and I've had to learn to soften. My child will sometimes be like, stop yelling at me. And I'm not even yelling. I'm not even raising my voice. I
Right.
am raising my voice, but I'm not yelling. And I think that that's a really soft way to speak to our kids. The softer that we can be, the more they relate to us, the more that they have a conversation with us, the more that they open to us. And because we're hearing them, we're seeing them, we're validating them. We're not telling that they're wrong. We're not trying to change their opinion. We're not trying to fix them. Fixing them is a big thing that parents do. And so we're actually just feeling and just having a conversation and just asking them questions, not being prying, just asking them really standard questions. And that's a really nice way to relate to our kids.